Welcome to Elio Motors Shreveport Operations. We're going to take you through a tour of the facility, showing you the equipment and the reusable assets that are here that have been left behind. There's two primary buildings on this site. Building A, or General Assembly, which I'm standing in the middle of right now, and Building B, which is the body shop, which will have the welding, the painting, and the coating of the metal body. We're going to take you on a quick drive around tour just to show you the operational flow for the Elio. We're back at the start of trim leg 1. We've come down the elevator. We have a completed metal body with painted panels on it, and it's going to start its journey. Each skillet can be raised and lowered up to 4 feet. It would come down trim leg 1. The one door would come off the vehicle here, and we would also take the chassis cradle. As it goes down trim 1, components would be put on completing the chassis cradle assembly, and also interior, things like wire harnesses, electrical components, things that go into the underbody, fuel lines, components like that. You see here coming up little things like this oven. This oven was used to keep wire harnesses warm so they could be easier for the operator to route, making it a lot more ergonomically feasible. We're coming to the end of trim leg 1. The skillet with the vehicle would go up over the line and cross over, keeping the aisles open and also providing a buffer area that's upstairs. We're now going to start down trim leg 2, just a continuation. It comes down the elevator, and we continue doing interior trim components, trim panel pieces, seats, carpet, wire harnesses, also other things that go into the engine compartment. You can also see on the assembly line the lighting systems, the rail supports, the and-on support system, the messaging, the address signs are all still here. Even some tooling is still left. If it's not where it needs to be, it can be easily moved to the operation that Elio needs it to be at. We're coming to the end of trim leg 2 now. It's going to go again up an elevator, cross over the line above us, allows us to drive through and not have dead-ended aisles. And now we're going to come down the elevator and start trim leg 3. Trim leg 3 will be a continuation, more interior trim components, and now we will start to put on some of the exterior components. Painted panels. And as we get to the end of trim leg 3, which is coming up, we will decouple from the main skillet line so we can set up a stop station to allow robots to pick up glass, put urethane on, and then load the glass to the vehicle. We also have maintenance and spare parts for the glass cell areas. Coming down trim leg 4, we would complete the rest of trim. On this line, we would be putting exterior panels on, and some of the last of the interior components, seats, steering wheel, and the last of trim to button up the interior. We're coming to the end of trim leg 4. At this stage, you would see a nearly completed vehicle in terms of interior and exterior panels, interior components. It would go up the elevator, and upstairs it would actually transfer off of the skillet system onto an electrified monorail that would take it over to the final line carrier system. Before we get there, we're going to go down what was a door assembly line designed to subassemble 4 doors. Elio only has 1 door. So not only will we do our 1 door on this line, but we will do our chassis cradle subassembly. We will take the cradle and we will assemble components like shocks, lower control arms, knuckles, hubs, and do this on a subassembly line, making it more ergonomically feasible and also more efficient. On the second door line, we would complete any of the door and chassis components. And then at the end of this line, we would actually take the door off the line, put it to trailers so we could transport it over to final line. The cradle would stay with the carrier, would go upstairs, and back on trim leg 1, a completed cradle would be put back on the assembly line. Now we're going to start our journey down final line. As we come down the carriers, you notice they're a little bit different than the trim carriers. That's so that we can put the wheels on and also finish out components. In this, we just passed where the door would have been put on, and now we're finishing up the front side of it, front fenders, fascia, headlights. Then we would go into a fluid fill system. We're now at the fluid fill area. The vehicle would come in on the carrier, and the end effector would be attached by the operator to the appropriate reservoir. It would be filled and then automatically kick off, freeing the operator to do other tasks. The pumping systems and all the safety systems associated with it are here and need to be simply reactivated. As we come back down the last leg of the chain for final line, we will put tires and wheels on and any components associated with that to button that up. The wheel flaring would also go on here. Again, at the end of the final line, we transfer across the line upstairs, and then we're going to come down the last leg of final to complete the vehicle. At this point, we want to put fuel in the vehicle, so we have a fuel fill system. This is the fuel fill system. The ventilation, the fuel fill necks, the control pumps, and the safety systems that all ensure that this operates safely are here. They've been tried and tested. All Elio needs to do is turn them on and start using them. And now we're going to get ready to take the vehicle off of the final line conveyor system and drop it down on its wheels. The vehicle will be started up, the electrical systems will be tested. We'll do final inspections to make sure all the components are in place and that the vehicle meets the quality standards for Elio Motors. Now that it's completely assembled, the vehicle will be driven off the end of the line, and now we're going to go through our final check and verification systems. We have 5 alignment booths that align not only the vehicle but also the headlights. And then we have 5 booths that do a dynamic vehicle or roll test where the vehicle is run up to 60 miles an hour, the engine systems are all checked out, and the vehicle rolls out and comes to 2 water test booths, basically a big car wash to check for water leaks. Once it's passed all these inspections, then the vehicle is ready to be prepped for final shipment. We're now at the final destination for the Elio. This is the final inspection line. Elios will roll down here. Elio employees will make sure that all the paperwork and everything is correct to ship out to customers. We'll drive out that door. We'll be loaded on trucks to sent to the marshaling yards, which will take it to the eventual store for customers to pick up. I hope this tour showed you all the wonders at this facility, the equipment, the systems here that are in place that Elio can use to make the best vehicle possible. Soon, Elios will be rolling down this line headed to customers.